C.O. Kidden here from Fiction Atlas Press, bringing you another Indie Connection. Today I'd like to tell you about some indie books that you might enjoy if you're a fan of Scarlett St. Clair's A Touch of Darkness. The first book I have for you is called Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. Elena. To most, Cal Anderson is a villain. Harbinger of death, keeper of souls, frequenter of nightmares. Dr. Death, Hades incarnate. They say he stole me, usurped my fiancé, and filled the cracks in my heart with empty promises. Imprinted his crimson fingerprints on my psyche and tried to set me free. They're not wrong, per se, except it was my choice to stay. Cal. To most, Elena Ricci is an innocent, goddess of springtime, lover of poetry, angel of my nightmares. Little one, Persephone personified. They say I ruined her, shattered her virtue, and devoured her soul like a succulent pomegranate. Embedded my evil as deep as I could possibly get, and tried to set her free. They're not wrong, per se, except it was she who ruined me. The second story I have for you is actually on Kindle Vella by the awesome Emily Shore, and it's called Bride of the Corpse King. After volunteering to be Bride of the Corpse King to save her family, Isla sets a course to woo the god of death. Whether seducing or challenging him, she must keep him from reaping her soul. With death and his cursed being, King Alistair meets his match with snarky Isla. But could she truly tempt death and break their land's curse? The next book I have for you is called Symphony of the Fallen Stars by Marie Lowe. He is death incarnate, collector of lives. You only get to meet him once, the moment you die. But he makes an exception for Cassiana. Instead of taking her soul, he saves it. But for what price? Just imagine death incarnate wouldn't kill, but save you. As crazy as that might sound, that is exactly what happens to Cassiana. All she's ever known is her desire to become famous. When she gets a chance to perform a play in front of the king of the Fae, her breakthrough seems within reach. But what begins as a hope for her future becomes a nightmare when the Fae king decides to kill her. That is, until a man much worse than the king of the Fae saves her, the Deathbringer. He is a creature as old as life itself, a man known not for saving, but for taking souls. He is ruler of the dead, king of the afterlife, and nobody has ever laid eyes upon him. At least, nobody living. With his striking features, his mocking attitude, and the dark hair that shimmers like the stars of the night sky, he is nothing like Cassiana has imagined him to be. She's left wondering why he, king of the afterlife, bothers to save her. Whatever his reasons for saving her are, she owes him now. And what scares Cassiana most isn't the debt she needs to repay. It's the way she's looking forward to doing so. The Deathbringer's darkness calls to Cassiana, begging for her touch, her affection, and her love. Will she be able to resist it? And the last book I have for you is called Of Thorns and Bones by Helios Hull. I don't want your kiss. I don't want your crown. I want to burn your kingdom to the ground. I haven't seen Hades for 1,500 years, but he is the key to the one thing I desire above all else: revenge. After what I did to him, it's going to take more than batting my eyes to regain his trust. For weeks he ignores my requests and my gifts. So I do what any jilted wife would do. I sneak into the underworld, breaking every rule that has been in place since our separation. But he can't ignore one thing: the mythical passion that burned our land from the inside out, leaving us both scars, seen and unseen. With every second we spend in the same realm, it's reigniting. One stray spark could destroy us both. Okay, that's all for me this week. I'll see you next week on the Indie Connection. Bye!